Good morning, Africa. Good morning, dear colleagues. I want to welcome you on behalf of ASFI to this meeting edition of ASFI Tea Time. The event is going to be very educating and interacting. So we're going to spend about 1 hour to have this event. And I enjoy us to sit back while we follow up with the activity of the event. Once again, I want to say welcome to this ASFI tea time. I hope we all have our tea, our coffee, our chocolates around us when we have this academic discussion. Once again, you are welcome. May I indulge our president, the leader of the ASFI membership forum, Professor Professor Eunice, to take up the opening charge. Prof, you're welcome. Good morning once again.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, ASFI members. Good morning, Africa. It is tea time in the ASFI. It is the maiden edition. ASFI is in Africa to stay. Yeah. Africa has come to as an African scientist and to make us to have the right competencies to do African science. ASFI is in for innovation. ASFI is in for science that grows. ASFI is in for science that develops, that transforms. And we have come today with a new, very, very brand new program, initiated by members of the General Assembly of ASFI. So we are very excited to have this program today, and it is a maiden one. And we welcome everybody. We welcome everybody to the program. Welcome everybody to the program. And you feel at home, share your ideas, share your good experiences, collaborate, and make Africa what Africa is supposed to be. Feel free to share your ideas. Thank you very much, and welcome everybody to this maiden edition of ASFI. Thank you very much. Over to you, Samuel.
Yeah, thank you, Prof. Yeah, thank you for that opening charge. I will indulge Dr. Nilda to take up the housebreaking, while other members, I will indulge all members in this platform. So please put up your name, your affiliations on the chat box so that we can actually have that as a form of introduction. Dr. Nilda, please, over to you.
Good morning, everyone. Hi, happy to be here with you this morning. We have just a few minutes, 2 minutes actually, just to ice break and have a funny environment before we start. So let me share my screen. We have 3 jokes. You have to comment on it. You feel free to open your mic and comment, or also you can use the emojis in the chat to express your comment about these 3 jokes we have. I think the 2 cameras I was being about one person that when I see it I feel that okay, at least we have the same language so we can still understand what they are saying. Did anyone have any comments or anything about that? Hello.
Hello, we are with you. We're trying to look at the design.
Okay.
Yes.
Actually, I can't catch with the chat box, but this is the second one about self-driving cars that we have the same comment that wasn't me, the computer crashed. I think we need to understand technology also, not all, not just uh, because there is one of, and this is the last one that we think that AI will kill us one day. They will have that war with us, but I didn't think so. If we have that ethical uh, background for each other.
You?
Hello.
Hi, hi, Nicole. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening for everyone, according to the time zone where you are. We have a happy tea time, Africa. I think it is now a very problematic process of communication with technology within the decade of AI. We expect that these instruments have some feelings and can understand us and respond, and as we also understand. A jokey thing occurs with me sometimes when I am writing different languages. You write some sentences in Arabic, then you change to write in English, but you face that you are the computer doesn't change the language. I speak to my laptop. Oh, you don't understand that I changed the language. You are still writing in Arabic. I am writing now in English. After you wrote several sentences and you have spent some time not seeing what you write already because you expect that no errors. This is a big problem now is that artificial intelligence is being embedded in everything in our life, in
Yes.
research, in medicine, in engineering, and everything. That we expect devices to be ethical, to have feeling like us. What do you think about this?
Yeah, I think when I prepared this presentation, I remember that there is an old cartoon. It's called Baba Balloons. It's about the instruments in our home that have their stories and they discuss it, and they have their lives after the house members get out or they have their sleeping. So I feel that maybe my laptop have that same feeling when I just didn't charge it, or even with my phone when it's fall down, we have that feeling with each other. Maybe in same in a in another level, maybe from energetic field or something, they have that feeling with us. It's crazy something that to think about things like that.
Yeah, thank you so much, Nidal. Thank you so much, Prof. Emman. That was a very good one. Just to bring us
Thank
into
you.
our program this morning. I'm so excited to have all
Bye.
of you on board. Yeah. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Kindly show your teacups. Ah, yes, right now I'm in the restaurant. We work a whole lot as scientists. We don't have time to unwind. And that's actually the sense behind our gathering this morning or afternoon from wherever you're joining from. So this is ASFI virtual tea time. So it's time for us to relax. Here's my teacup. I will appreciate if you have yours. You can show yours. Yes. Thank you very, very much, Nidal, for that powerful section. No AI actually artificial intelligence. We see it as a means that come to make our lives better, improve our skills as scientists, but then there are a lot of challenges coming with it. And that's what we'll be discussing today. Yes. In 1956, some scientists came together and decided to form what we have today as AI. It was founded in 1956 by some American scientists like Marvin Minkes, Nathaniel Rothschild, Claude Shannon, and ever since then, when you surf the internet, you see a lot about AI. For me, it is the hottest discourse now in town. That we have trainings on AI and a lot of scientists are leveraging it. So today we'll be talking about navigating the intersection of AI and ethics to enhance our research efficiency as researchers. So I would like to hear from all of us. Can you share your ideas on AI? What AI tool have you used and which works better for you? So you can use the reaction button and share with us what you want to tell us this morning, things that can help African scientists to move forward in research. And that's what ASFI is all about, African Science Frontiers Initiatives. So we welcome all of you. So kindly raise your hand using the reaction button and tell us what you know about AI. What tools are you using at your various institutions and research centers? Can we know them? For me, I've used ChatGPT and I know it's very familiar with all of us. Do you find that ethical? Do you find that interesting? Do you have yours? Are there some you want to share with us? What are the challenges? Thank you very much. You're free to use the reaction button and Dr. Samuel lets you speak. You can unmute yourself and speak. Hello, can you hear me? Are we here?
Yes, we are.
All I want from all of us, like I said, ASFI tea time is the time for us to relax and unwind. Just an hour program. So just share with us what you think. Our time is already fast spent. Thank you.
Yeah.
I believe we have
Look at what's at the connections.
yeah. I believe we've all used ChatGPT. We have other toolbox like Google. We use them to actually access information for our research. But we have problems like plagiarism today. We have problems like bias. And those are ethical issues I believe scientists will can discuss this morning. What do you think about that from your end? I can see a lot of us joining from different places, from Sudan, from Egypt, from Nigeria. What's your take? Let's share knowledge. Let's share knowledge. Are we here? Or do you still need some time to talk about AI? Professor Eman, what do you think? What do you think about AI? What AI tool have you used? Professor Eman,
Okay.
what
Thank
AI
you,
tool have you
Shishi.
used? Yeah.
Actually, I participated in some AI-related research. I participated in a study that testing AI against human assessment of radiographic images in my specialty in respiratory medicine. And it was a good experience for me to see that is it possible for AI to improve some of our human skills, especially in areas of controversies. The study is still in progress, but the initial results are very promising. I also use some AI tools like for language editing. Some of them are now being tested on a wide scale. One of the journals I submitted sent me language editing, my paper language edited by AI, and I see that the errors are much more or less than actual proofread tools we use. I use also, I tried Gemini, but not tried ChatGPT. I tried Gemini for suggested some ideas when I search for a title for my article or search for some ideas to suggest references, and it was uh, promising. Not to depend totally on it, but just to make some brainstorming and improve your way of arranging ideas. You understand me that you can have different ideas, but you don't know where to find it. So AI tools like Gemini, and there are other some search tools that can arrange your ideas and give you places to search in. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yeah, can we hear from Nathaniel Ogunyale? Nathaniel Ogunyale, what are the issues that relate to confidentiality, biases that scientists are faced with every day? Is it possible that AIs can actually improve our lives? What do you think, Nathaniel?
Yes.
Yeah, thank you. I have used ChatGPT many times, and initially I found it very interesting and very useful. But along the line, I realized that the problem of stereotyping keeps on coming up. It looks mechanical, looks repetitive. Those are the issues that are now giving me concern. So I believe if that is what is happening, if there is anything that can be done to improve on that, well, it will be good. But at the same time, we still make do with whatever we have.
Yeah.
Stereotyping, repetitive pattern It's just like following a particular template. If we have realized that, then it now it now rests on the researcher to be creative. For example, I use it just to do some brainstorming, just to give me a background idea, to give me a dump. I don't usually rely on it fully. So, and I think that is the development. That is the current development. So, as time goes on, as we are getting used to it, we are more knowledgeable about it, I believe there will be additional benefit and usefulness from using AI.
Well, thank you so much, Nathaniel. I agree with you. The issue of bias, stereotyping, because some of the algorithms used in programming AI tools are usually based on one group of persons' perspective. And so as a result of that, there's usually this stereotype, whatever the person believes in, that what goes. It doesn't actually tell us the true picture of what we want to see as scientists. And that's why we're here. What more do we know about biases? We have a lot of challenges. We have problems of validity, problems of privacy, problems of transparency. We don't know how they go about setting up their AI tools. They're just in a black box. So can I hear from you, Adetun Adewo? Sorry, okay, Adewoye. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank
Good
you.
afternoon.
I use AI, ChatGPT, Quillbot, and Grammarly. But what I see in AI is that AI is not something that you should copy words for words. AI is there like ChatGPT because it will not give you references. This new one, AI or something like that, we give you references, but all of them, they want you to go to register as premium, which you will be paying. But they will just give you minimal things that you need. But to me, AI is just to support you, to relieve you, to give you an idea of what you want to do and to follow what exactly you should do. And then to make the work easier for you. Not that to copy what AI has given us, just to relieve us and to support us. That is the way I use it. At times when I find out that I want to write on something, I couldn't get it, I couldn't get the picture, I don't know how to start, I don't know what to do. I can use ChatGPT, it will give me guidelines. Then I will go and search, then literature review concerning those guidelines. That is where I will base my own idea on, not what AI has put down. Thank you. But the issue of references is a lot of problem concerning AI. Yeah, thank you. That's my opinion.
That being so, thank you so much for bringing up this point. You see, a lot of times we find issues of duplication everywhere. For example, in your classroom, you might give out assignments and you find students giving you the same thing. Every student in the class sharing the same idea. So it borders on ethical issues, on authenticity. And you see, you cannot really say this is my own idea, and that's a lot on infringing on the right of humans. So I think AI has a lot of issues, but now a lot of people are now using it. I don't know if it's out of laziness. Do you agree with me? Are we becoming lazy as scientists? Are we no longer doing the reading? In fact, we have AI tools that helps you do the reading. It brings out the points for you. All you need to do is just sit down and ask the AI chatbots, kindly send me points from these journals, and it does all that. So we are no longer studying deeply. And I think it has an effect on our scientific output on the long run. So what do you think about that? Are there recommendations? What are your personal views on that? Thank you. We have more people willing to speak, because these are really issues that borders on our research outputs And being the next gen scientists, we need to opt on solutions for African critical challenges. And then in solving Africans' critical challenges, we need to upskill in our skills, and we need to do better research. And that's the reason why ASFI is here. African Science Frontiers Initiatives, that's what we do here. We are trained on how to be truthful in our research, make sure our research outputs out there in the world is something that can be verified, something that can be valued, something that can be reproduced. Some time ago, we did a course on reproducibility here on ASFI. So if you're not a member of ASFI, please join us after today. There's still a lot to be done on the African soil. We need to transform, and that's why I want to hear your view. What do you think? What are the recommendations? What would you advise scientists to do after now? Because we're getting very lazy. Yes, we're getting very lazy. Although you will not, you won't say AI has not been beneficial. What do you think? Let's hear from our director, Bright. Professor Bright, you're welcome.
Thank you very much, Dr. Yedekachi, and everyone here. I think this is an important topic. And to start from the basics, when I was studying in the university, it was mandatory to learn typewriting. And we have what is called a keyboard, the typewriters, which when you're using them, if you're close by, you will hear the sound because they made lots of noise. I don't know if people still use them nowadays because the computers are there. Yeah, but that was great because when I learned how to type, initially I thought that I could write faster than the typewriter. But when I learned to type, I discovered that I could write 2 or 3 times faster than I could write, you know. So that became a tool to enhance writing, makes it beautiful, and then also readable, because if people are writing, people have different rights. Sometimes if I've written something, if I'm in a hurry, and after a few weeks, I go back to see what I've written. Sometimes I can't even pick my writing. I can't pick the things I've written. And then we progress to the computer, and things have actually improved. So the point there is that in our human development, man, when I say man, I'm talking about humanity, thinks of what could aid his everyday life, you know. And I think for me as a scientist, that is what AI is bringing on board. But we have to also be aware that in any good development that comes into our space, there is always the risk of people making it bad, you know, of going beyond the purpose. And of course, that is the nature of man. But for me, I work in the field of asthma, respiratory diseases, allergy. And one of my key interests is to see how I can capitalize on the possibilities of AI to improve my research. Just to give you a brief background, asthma is a disease that we say is heterogeneous, very heterogeneous, to the extent nowadays, respiratory physicians, respiratory researchers think that asthma should not be called a disease. It should be called a syndrome because it encompasses different things we call phenotypes, meaning that it manifests in different ways across people. And that is important because it will influence treatment or therapy. It means that one person may have asthma, but he doesn't respond to certain medications. All right. So given this complexity, one of the things we're interested in is how do we identify the different phenotypes of asthma, and how can we progress towards developing specific medications that will suit different phenotypes. So in my own interest, physicians try to do that by themselves. So they have asthma patients, and then based on your symptom profile, based on your reaction to medications, they can think, okay, you have this type of phenotype. But to an extent, that becomes subjective because one physician may define in his own way and another physician may see it in another way. All right? So the question we have now is that how do we standardize definitions? How do we make it more objective? And that is where, for me, AI comes in now. But before I show you what I have to show you here, it becomes a system in which, for me, as a researcher and my co-physicians here to give it an interpretation. So if I use AI may produce its result, but for me, I now ask, does it make sense? Does it really depict what we see in the clinic? Does it depict what we see in real life? So there is that aspect of what AI does, but there's also the aspect of interpretation. We have to make sense of it. So recently, one of my PhD students who defended her PhD, this is one of the things she did. And the aspect of AI here we have used is what is called machine learning, and it involves training some machines to use some algorithms to go into data based on the characteristics in the data and to search to see what are possibilities of phenotypes. So we have our study that we do, and then what has happened here is that we put the data we have into the machine and allows it to see what different asthma phenotypes that are possible there. So in doing that, the machine revealed that there are about four different phenotypes of asthma in the data we have. The first one is some asthma patients, we call them troublesome asthma patients. They are less likely to react to available medications. They have more symptoms. They have more exacerbations, meaning that they are difficult to treat. So we have that. And then we have a subtype that is we called female-dominated early onset asthma that also has its own peculiar profile. And then we have a phenotype we call as adult onset asthma with high inflammation, and then early onset mild atopic asthma. Now, what this means is that this is what the AI has done, but in terms of interpretation, we now looked at what AI has derived. What does it mean? Does it depict what we see in the clinic? So we gave it interpretation with the clinicians, and we gave it these names. This is our own interpretation of what AI has done. This is novel because in the end, with the AI and then with the collaboration with the clinicians, we are now seeing that there are novel phenotypes of asthma in our population. And the next thing we actually want to do now is to take these phenotypes we have derived now to begin to look at how do they manifest in the population? What are the factors that are responsible for these different asthma phenotypes, to characterize them, to see how they relate going forward. These different phenotypes, do they have different clinical profiles, if we follow them up in terms of their healthcare use, multi-morbidity, and so on and so forth. So the picture I'm trying to paint here is that AI is essential to what personally I do, but what we do is that we collaborate. We collaborate with, so we don't allow it to tell us all the story. We have to have that aspect of interpretation and to support that process. So it's important, the development we're seeing in this way. But anyway, it's not, people don't use it in the same way. People don't use it in the same way across board. But for me, this is the story we have in what we are doing. And in going forward with what we have seen, we think that there are huge opportunity of what AI can give us in my own research context. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Prof. Thank you so much for that informative ideas you just shared with us. You know, Prof just spoke from his own perspective as an epidemiologist and someone who is an expert of asthma research. I believe we all have our own expertise and we can borrow some of his ideas. From my own perspective, I think AI is really beneficial because it gives you a whole lot of ideas, but then you need to see the information you get from AI. And this means it requires human assistance for me. That's what I think. AI is not holistic yet. Maybe we're going to get there, but definitely we are not there. Well, let's hear from Goodluck Adimuko. Let's see what he has to say. We have to use AI.
Yeah, thank you so much. Dr. Bliss, I think this tea time was really timely. And if you permit me also to share my screen, I think that would be helpful for a lot of us. So, is it possible for me to share?
Please go ahead. Just 2 minutes more. Go ahead.
Oh, okay, great. So, if we look at this paper, I don't know if anyone can see this. This tool is the chat PDF, and I quickly go to the copy of the present work, one of our recent work on food chemistry advances and investigation of some anti-inflammatory and nutritional properties. So it's interesting for us to note that we can also use tools like this to get a brief synthesis of what the protocol was and how this was performed. So this kind of breaks saves us time instead of reading the whole literature and all that. So I think this is one beneficial research aspect. And of course, there are great suggestions here. For instance, you could click this, and then it tells you where the study is. And also I could ask it what methodologies were used. And of course, it could also show me what methodologies are cited and of course where I can find them in the paper. So this is like a very quick way of doing work instead of running around the whole place. So I think this is one aspect that we should leverage in AI, but also not forgetting the fact that issues of bias and misrepresentation exist. And if there's any prompt that we could try that on, it would be to maybe try to test it on some surface. For instance, if I try to use a prompt like this, you will realize that the information would be, the information given tends to be women, for instance. So two issues are how do we treat the bias, for instance, because again, this is a woman. And of course, you could try this prompt in any AI too. You feel like most times it comes out as a woman. So these are the critical issues. I'll stop sharing now. So we need to figure out, even when we are prompting AI, how to prompt AI meaningfully. Of course, that is a whole lesson on its own. How to prompt AI meaningfully, how to detect issues of bias and stereotype, because in cases like this, when we are writing research and it tends to a particular way, how do we resolve that issue? I think these are the particular things I wanted to point out. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, good luck. That was a very good one you shared with us. Because our time is fast spent, I just want to leave us with one last question. Do we think what AI has been doing in China? Basically, I learned recently that there is an AI hospital where just robots do the medical diagnosis and take care of patients. We've even seen, I think that should be the former president of Saudi Arabia, if I'm correct, that had, instead of an orderly or a policeman following him around for his security, he had a robot he usually moves around with. So the question is, in the future, do you think that scientists are going to lose their jobs? Will there be a time AI will surpass human capabilities? What's your take as I give it now to VP membership to collate? If you still have more information to share, kindly use the chat box. Also fill our feedback form so that we can be better next time. We're going to be meeting next 2 months. I believe we'll have something more engaging. Thank you so much, everyone. Let's hear from you as I give it to my colleague. Take it up from here. Dr. Sam. Is Dr. Sam here? Do you think AI, do we have a future of AI as scientists? Is it going to take up our jobs? As we know, we're all paid with AI. What do you think? Are you still watching? Can you all hear me?
We hear you. We hear you.
Yes,
okay.
we can.
It's like we've lost Sam. Have we lost Sam? Dr. Sam?
We can hear you. I can hear you.
Okay. Thank you very much. So we can
Yeah, I think
continue while
we've
we wait
lost
for,
him.
yes, we can continue while we wait for Sam. Do you think we're going to lose our job with the emergence of AI? What do you think? With the robotics flying around, everything, do you think there'll be a time robots will start doing our work in the lab, going for conferences like humans? Would there be a time to surpass human capabilities? Let's share as we round up today. Thank you, Habimana. Habimana has something to share with us. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you very much. AI technology is now taking over. I remember in 1 month ago, I was in the third scientific conference organized by Rwanda Biomedical Center in Rwanda, in the Kigali Convention Center. There is one professor from who did one research conducted by student under his supervision on how AI is being integrated within academia activities, and I have seen that from what I have learned from them, it is now accepted to be used in for academic purpose, according to what I have seen from them, even the acceptance. However, in terms of when you go there to the point of, in terms of human resources, I'm talking for a health system. All over the world, we have a shortage of healthcare professional. The ratio compared to the total population there is still a big gap. And from this point, in terms of services delivery, I think because those are the machinery programmed and running, I hope once the technology will take over our work, then the personal, physical person will be reduced. Maybe they will remain with some people who may keep monitoring those machinery systems. That is my perspective.
Wow, thank you so much, Abimana. I really appreciate that. Please kindly fill the forms in the chat box, our feedback forms in the chat box. You can also access our membership form on the platform. Please feel free to do that. Please, can we hear from Adeton Adewoye? Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I will say yes and no. Yes, in the sense that, for example, some banks now, where they used to put human being to welcome, some use AI. Like those kind of a job, yes, they will reduce the intake of human. But no, in the essence that, at the point that there are some type of job that even if they are using AI, they still need people to maintain, to supervise. So, yes, because that they want us to advance in technology. They want us to adapt to that system. Like during the lockdown, during the COVID-19 period, they brought out non-contact thermometer. Many people have never come across it in African countries, but in developed world, they have been using this thing. So this non-contact thermometer, it will do it, but it reduces the labor. The energy that we're going to spend in using the other thermometers, it reduces it, but we still need nurses to do it, and anybody can use it. So we cannot lose our job, but they want us to advance in technology. They want to make things easier for us. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, ma'am. That was a very good one. So far, so good. I'm so excited. So excited. I've heard from most of us very challenging things as regards ethical considerations, with regards to AI, artificial intelligence. Somebody shared on the chat box that AI will not take the place of humans, but actually it can take our will if we allow it. So the question is, are we going to allow AI to take our will? Then we still need to do more. While we make use of AI to help us in our everyday dealings in the lab, help us to do some tasks that usually would have been very difficult, we should also consider ethical standards, the problem of misinformation, biases. You have to look through it because God has actually given us our own special intelligence. So while AI is actually very good, we need to enhance ourselves as members. So at this note, I want our able Secretary General, Mr. Habimana Jean Felix, to take a picture of everyone. So can you kindly show your video,
Yes,
and
turn on your camera, please.
yes, turn on your camera with your teacup. Here's mine. Yes. When you're done with that, that's my teacup. Wow. Thank you, my president. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Have you done that, Mr. Abimana?
Yeah. No,
Mr.
not yet,
Abimana.
not yet.
So please do.
Not
So
yet.
that, yeah.
Yes, I'm doing that.
I'm happy.
Hello.
Yeah, that's the good one.
Hello. Yeah.
Thank you
May you
so
wait
much.
a moment.
That one is water.
Yes, it doesn't matter. We can take water during our tea time. Are you done? Mr. Abimana.
So someone may assist because my machine, I don't know what's wrong with that. Someone may take a screenshot. I don't know what's wrong.
Okay, Dr. Ajibola, you
Professor
can
Emma,
help us.
Professor Emma, Professor Emma can just also help us to do the picture, please.
Yes, yes, please.
I'm trying to do this with.
Okay.
I'm captured.
My video is not opening.
Captured?
Yeah.
All right.
Capture yet.
Am I captured?
Wait, you can capture. You can snap.
Who is snapping, please?
I think it's Dr. Ajibola.
Prof is snapping.
Okay.
So why is this thing here?
I think we're done with that session, right? Thank you
Okay,
very
yeah.
much.
Yes.
Yes, thank you so much for coming. I love you all. Thank you so much. Let's keep doing it big in ASFI. Yes, let's keep pushing science until we have broken the glass ceiling, until we're able to provide transformative solution in the African soil, until we're able to heal the global challenges. So I give a thumbs up to all of us. So let's hear from our director, Professor Bright. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much. Thanks so much.
Yeah, thank you. The photos taken.
Thank you very much.
I managed to take.
All right. Thank you very much, Dr. Uche Chonyedekachi and Dr. Samuel Abanibe, for this idea, first of all, and for a well-structured discussion we have had during this 1 hour. This program is organized by the ASFI membership assembly, and it's a testament of the product of our vision to motivate African scientists to do more, to collaborate, to network, and to achieve great things. And I believe that we can do it. What we have done this 1 hour shows that there is no barrier to what we can do. So I'm grateful for this opportunity we have had. This is just the first one. And I believe that many future sessions are outlined for us to express ourselves. The name itself is quite attractive, the time, and I'm happy that people were able to come with their cups to show that it is an informal meeting to allow us to express ourselves. No opinion is really discounted. Express ourselves. ASFI is a capacity building platform where all African scientists are welcome. We want to grow. Every one of us has opportunity to grow. The only person who cannot grow is the person who is dead. But as far as we are alive, we have opportunity to grow. So ASFI is a place to grow. We allow ourselves to express ourselves in the ways we can. And we do not condemn anybody. It doesn't matter your experience. You are welcome to share. You are welcome to benefit. You are welcome to learn. So I want to encourage those who have not registered or who have not been fully part of this platform. Please find a way to do so, because you will you'll be happy that you did so. We have been on board for 4 years now. This month makes us exactly 4 years, and next year we'll be really celebrating our 50th anniversary. Now, what has happened during these 4 years is quite phenomenal, because we have been able to catalyze our strength as a people and to initiate some impactful programs that are going on. We have been training several African scientists in areas that are necessary for our career development. We have had platforms that will allow us to express ourselves. The latest one we have now is the ASFI Research Journal, and we are currently reviewing papers submitted for the maiden issue. And it is important that many of you took the opportunity to submit your papers. We are reviewing it, and in September, we'll be publishing those papers. We have big dreams. We have big dreams. And no matter how our continent has been in terms of our scientific contribution to the world, or how our institutions have been, we believe that we can march towards improvement. And a platform like this that brings us together is a place we can achieve that. So please join us. There are many programs that are outlined there. We have a conference coming in November. Please register to join us, submit your abstract. Last year was wonderful, and this year we want to even make it much better. We have other programs. I believe my colleagues have been sending the links to the chat box. And I know that many of you are on our mailing list receiving the information. Please take them serious and share with your colleagues. We welcome you to join us. We welcome you to contribute. And I believe in the next session of this program, we'll have more exciting things to discuss. So thank you very much. Thank you, the organizers, and thank you for coming.
Yeah, Prof, thank you very much for this platform that you are giving us to do this tea time, and we look forward to the next edition. Yeah, let me inform us participants that next edition is coming up September 13th, 2024, second Friday in September. We'll communicate to us about the topics that we're going to discuss for that day. But let me also inform us before we leave that AI is a tool that was given by God. God actually gave us the intelligence to develop AI. But of course, that intelligence, that tool is meant for us to advance humanity, to advance our society. So let's use AI collaboratively. Let's use AI without being biased. Let's use AI with a lot of confidence in us. Let's use AI to stimulate a better output for our society. Up Africa. See you next time by September 13th. Thank you very much, everyone, for coming. Please fill in the feedback form and let's have your feedback. And also look at the chat box for all our programs as ASFI. Thank you once again for coming. My leader, my president, Professor Eunice, thank you very much for this platform. So let's clap for ourselves as we say a very good day. Let's clap for ourselves. Let's clap for ourselves for this wonderful timeout. Let's clap for ourselves. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
So I was saying that some of you already know, and some forget to know.